everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Time Pass podcast. Today we have another special guest joining us, Priyanka Parekh, a teacher, trainer, mother, wife, and a lot more roles that she plays in life. So we'll have some fun conversations with her. So just waiting for Priyanka's request on this call, and then we take it forward. There we go. Hey, hi Priyanka.
Hello, hi, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just wanted to do one thing. If you can just move your chair one step back. It's just
Now it's better?
yeah,
हाँ मेरे बाल नहीं दिख रहे वरना.
exactly. We weren't able to see your beautiful hair. That's why I asked you to move a step back.
I know.
We can see the treatments you've been getting done for the hair, so might as well get to see them.
Thank you, Raja, for noticing.
Yeah. It's Prateek, by the way, but nevertheless.
So the thing is that I don't know what questions you want to ask, but let me start.
Sure.
So if we have to talk about my journey today, first I have to talk about you, because I've never told you this, but how an important part you have been of my journey. So let's start with you today.
Wonderful, very
So
nice.
I will call you Raja because I have so many Pratiks in my life, but Raja is only one. See? So, the most childhood memory I have of you, I don't know if you remember, we both went to Bluebell School together for a summer camp.
I never realized that we went together. I know I did go, but I never said, okay, go on.
We went together and I remember you like this cute little boy. ऐसे ना गोलगप्पे भरे होते थे cheeks में से red, always smiling, always happy. So yeah, that face I still remember very clearly from that Bluebell's van. We went together. So we date back then, So
Wow.
obviously, but the real interaction, as I think most of us know, and has been 2006, I think, Goonj. And when I think, so Goonj was like this Gujarati Samaj youth wing, which we were supposed to do annually, and Raja was leading it. So, and when I think of Goonj, I only smile cheek to cheek. Like, that is the only memory I have of Goonj, like legit reasons to stay awake at night. And having so much fun together. But now all the fun, everything, but where we became thick was you were the sweetest person, around. I mean, you would make sure that every girl reaches home, even post 12. तुम खुद सिंड्रेला थे राजा, तुम्हें याद है? और कुत्तों से खुद फट रही होती थी क्योंकि कॉलोनी के कुत्ते जंगली है भाई. बट you would make sure you would drop each of us. और उस जमाने में इतना प्यार कौन देता था यार, मतलब मेरे खुद के माँ बाप गेट नहीं खोलते थे शायद, कि अरे आ जाएंगे बच्चे. बट you would literally drop us home and भाई तू गाड़ी निकाल रहा था, कभी कभी ऐसे पूरा चक्कर लगता था, like Kruti, me, Dolly, Mansi. So that was a big thing यार. तब हमने कभी शायद thank you नहीं बोला, but yeah. So it was a big thing then, yeah. It was a big thing. And what I really learned was that you were so confident then, leading Goonj with so many new people around. So you were happy backstage, you were happy on stage. Attention मिल रही है तो ठीक है, नहीं मिल रही तो even better. इतना काम, इतना coordination सबके साथ करना. But जहाँ stand लेने की बात आती थी वहां हम लेते थे. If you remember, there was a point we fought for Delhi Gujaratis and Gujaratis in Delhi. So I still remember that as one of our things कि नहीं भाई हम तो दिल्ली गुजराती है हम तो यही करेंगे तुम्हें करना है तो तुम करो types you know and so since then and I have seen your phases okay so you were like phases art of living भैया सिर्फ यही करना है to you know कि क्या politics है इसमें you know शादी नहीं करनी मुझे remember that phase of yours and how flipping over खुशहाली so phases and from engineering to PR to entrepreneurship now you're doing so well digital defined so for my friends who don't know much about you he's been running this online course podium am I right am I sounding correct
Yeah.
yes and there are lots of free courses which people all over the world are availing and Raja is doing so well. You know, he messaged me just 2 minutes before that a quick message, Priyanka, you don't call me Raja. I'm like, ye to ho ke rahega. So, yeah. And also your phases from कि भैया salary ठीक है to हम तो गुजराती है हम तो business ही चलाते हैं you know extremes then of course I don't dance remember Raja I don't dance to learning aeroplane steps in Navratri it has been a beautiful journey यार बहुत मजे करे हैं बहुत कुछ साथ में सीखा है so or also one more thing not leaving East Delhi to now exploring Delhi like how
Correct.
So it has been a fun ride. And trust me, you've been a very essential part. See, बहुत कुछ सीखा है. और अब हम cafes भी सीख रहे हैं. वैसे तो मुझे सारे पता होते हैं. But yeah, I mean, you are discovering it in a different way. So Prateek is also running one more channel, Prateek Flicks, where he is discovering Delhi like never before. So I love following that. यार इतना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है, जानने को मिलता है. So of course. So you've been an essential part of the journey. So I thought I had to start with this, you know. I can't.
Like, so first of all, I think I'm the one who's smiling from cheek to cheek today. Probably must be, yeah. This is a lot of compliments to take and a lot of information to process. And it's very surprising to hear that we went to Blue Wells together because I know I went to Blue Wells and I was even discussing it just the other day, in fact, with someone. But yeah,
how could you not know? Like, it was the most happening summer camp that year in Gujarat Vihar. Like all the happening kids went, I feel. Kruti to shayad nahi thi.
So I was happening as a kid maybe then, yeah. I was happening as a kid.
No, yeah, you're still happening. You know you're doing very well for your age. Come on.
No, I'm more happening now, but I'm saying I was also happening as a kid is what I meant to say.
Of course.
So now that we started on this beautiful note, which sounds more like a colony chit-chat conversation happening at my home. Probably now we'll take the attention to, you know, talking more about you. And, you know, we'll take that discussion forward. So now that we've established how we know each other, how well you know me, I also know you pretty well, but we'll still discover facts about you that we don't know or nobody knows for that matter.
Right.
So let's begin professionally and tell me or tell others that what is it that you do currently professionally?
So I run a small center. It's with the name of Playnest, where I take mother toddler classes. This is one of a kind, especially in Faridabad, because not many people are okay. I mean, doing it as such. So yeah, it's a good way to build a community of mothers and kids. So I start with the age of 1 year to about 2.5, 3 years till they join a formal school. And on why I started this, because so I am a lawyer by profession, by education basically. So, but I got married at the age of 23, 24, like a typical Gujarati family. My husband was so handsome. I just said yes to him. I was like, nahi bas karni hai mujhe to shaadi. So, and I conceived my son also pretty early by the age of 24, 25. So, I thought, why not, try teaching? So, I joined a school. I learned more about it, and that's how I progressed. So, once I had Hitada, I kind of realized I don't have friends for him. I don't have people around where he can play together. Like for us, Gujarat Vihar was a gated community, and all the 100 houses knew each other. मतलब मुझे नहीं याद कि मैं खेलते हुए पानी पीने कभी अपने घर वापस आई हूँ जो घर दिखा पी लिया but now things were different so I thought why not build a community of like-minded mothers where when we all can get together
Right.
actually discuss the milestone of kids have fun together actually organize play dates for our kids so that was the initial purpose and my first batch of Playnest is still my best friends in Faridabad. So we call each other a village because they say you need a village to raise a child. Yeah. So
Correct.
that is my village. Those 10 mothers, we still are so thick. Like we are just a message away and we all know that we'll be there for each other.
That's,
So that was the beauty of this.
so, I mean, I'm not aware of it, so I'll have to understand. Why is this requirement there? Why is this need there of a mother toddler program? And why do people generally enroll for such a program? And how long has it been there for now? And not just your program, generally as a concept.
As a concept is relatively new because, once upon a time when our mothers were mothers, I mean, they're still mothers,
So,
but
young
when they were
mothers,
active mothers, young mothers, yeah, they did not have time because there was no help around in the house and there was lots to do at home. But now, luckily, with progression happening, everybody having lots of house help, so the mothers have time. They literally have time with themselves, and everybody conceives a baby with lot of planning these days. When they want a child, only then the child is coming into this world.
Right.
So, with that, having said that, you need a space wherein you understand what to do with the child. Because everybody is becoming a mother for the first time, especially the first mothers, obviously, and it's a new experience. No matter how much you read about it, no matter how much videos you watch about it, you will still need that support. So when you meet other mothers and you discuss the milestones, it is so much more surety you have as a mother that, oh my God, I am doing the right thing. Is my child the only one who is not eating? Is my child the only one throwing tantrums? Is it the need to go to the doctor if my child is not eating? Or is it just okay? And these are just little things. There are so many deeper things which come with this. Also sometimes the joint family is so overbearing, the grandmother saying something, the grandfather saying something. So the mother cannot really bond with the child as a mother alone.
Right.
अभी उसको खाना खिला दे अरे तेरे को कुछ नहीं पता हमारे जमाने में ये हमारे जमाने में वो with that also happening a lot. So in fact there was a mother coming to me and thanking me for this and she said ki, this is 1 hour I really enjoy with my child because otherwise the child is always with the grandparents and she said that I don't mind that but where is my time with the child where is my time to understand my child मुझे उसको कुछ पढ़ाना है मुझे उसको कुछ करना है so अपने को लगता है कि यार सबका एक जैसे ही होता है कि भैया जब मन कर बच्चे को कुछ करा दिया फ्रीडम है चले गए but no it's not same for everyone when people come and talk about it then you kind of realize that oh you are doing the right thing
Interesting. So is it like so from my understanding is it more like a program not just for the toddlers but also for mothers to meet more mothers and also mothers to connect with their toddlers? So it's like a community building program in a certain way.
On a larger picture, if you see, it is a community building program. Also, it really helps the child. Like I see difference between kids who have never been to a mother toddler and directly going to school and a child who's already been to a structured class. There is a lot of difference. And no matter how much you say, इतना छोटा बच्चा है, क्या करेगा, ये है, वो है. You are just coming to me for an hour. Just try it out. It's going to be a beautiful experience because there is a structure. There is so much more to do. The child is anyhow unstructured throughout the day. Why not 1 hour of it, you know? And you know, no matter what you say, like adults, kids love routine. They love drills. You know, अपने को लगता है कि बच्चा है, फ्री रखो, ये है, वो है. ठीक है, fair enough. वो अपना वैसे भी फ्री रहेगा, वो तुम्हारी बात नहीं सुनेगा, उसको कुछ करना है तो वैसे भी करेगा. But they love routines. And then when mothers join, they call me to say कि मैम ये तो स्कूल कर रहा है, अब आप इसको बोलो कि अभी इवनिंग है, मॉर्निंग में जाना है. You know, so me getting those calls also to pacify kids कि बेटा कल सुबह आना है. And these are not like very big kids, 1.5. So that is because they love their routines. They love it. You know, bag लेके कहीं निकलना, friends के साथ खेलना. And the social need as humans is immediate. ऐसा नहीं है कि 3 साल के बाद आती है. You know.
So of course, I think it builds socializing skills in kids. It gets them to, you know, be along with other kids. So does that stem from, like you said, we lived in a gated community, but kids these days grow up in a more, I mean, societies are more, I guess, individualism is there even in kids and even in individual families these days. So people don't get to mingle with each other too much.
It is like that, yeah. Everybody needs their space these days. People are moving into bigger houses, but the number of people living in the houses are less. So where will the child learn from? How many similar age kids can you have in the house? Not more than 2, not more than 3. I will give you 10 kids. I will give you 15 kids to interact with. You know, there are so, and different age groups. I have a mixed bag. So right from a 1-year-old who's still learning how to crawl to a 2-year-old who's already up and running, you know. So that interaction is, but that's how real life is also, isn't it?
Of course, of course.
So there are so many kids who learn how to walk at Playnest, and the joy is beautiful, you know. It's a big milestone, and me having to see that is a joy.
Absolutely. So you've been doing this for how long now? When did you start Playnest as such?
I started Playnest in 2012.
12? You've been doing this for 11 years now.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's
And
amazing.
I started with 3 kids. I started with 3 kids, 3 mothers, and then slowly up and about. मतलब मैंने झाड़ू भी खुद मारा है वहाँ पे. मैंने सारी shifting भी खुद करी है. But of course, lot of support from family, lot of support from Aditya, from Hitat as well. You know, he was my main advertising agenda. You know, so of course, lot of help from everybody around. Otherwise, it's not possible. And I am blessed to have this community in Faridabad, that Faridabad had lot of non-working mothers and they were ready to try it.
Right.
Like in Gurgaon, I have heard mother toddler doesn't work very well because the mothers are working. You know, if the kids have to come with the nanny, it's not joy for the teacher to teach.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, then it's just about the kid. It's not a mother toddler. It's a toddler
Then it is
play
not.
school kind
Yeah.
of a thing then.
Then it becomes more like that. But here it is real community building. Like, but now people in Gurgaon are also realizing they want to stay home. They also want to enjoy the little joys of kids growing up, you know. आजकल सब एक कर रहे हैं, you know. एक तो पहले बच्चा ही नहीं कर रहे, ऊपर से कर रहे हैं तो एक कर रहे हैं. So at least you enjoy that part. मतलब किसके लिए किया है आपने, you know. You have to be hands on at least for that 1.5, 2 years.
So let's talk about that. एक कर रहे हैं, एक भी नहीं कर रहे हैं. What is your take on that?
See, I am so jealous of you. जब हितात मेरी बात नहीं सुनता, जब मुझे उस पर गुस्सा आता है, तब मुझे लगता है हे भगवान, हे भगवान. हाँ, तब मुझे मेरी मम्मी याद आ जाती है कि उसने 3 कैसे किए थे. I literally called her up once and I said, मम्मी 3 कैसे पाले हैं? She said, यार एक पे concentrate कर, फोन रख. She was also like कि भाई तुमसे ना हो पाएगा.
But what all has changed from 3 to 2 to 1 to 0? I mean, on a serious note, in the past 20, 30 years, I mean, is it?
Yeah, I can only tell from my experience of mother toddler कि देखो, to be honest, the mothers who are coming with the second child, I see their face and I know that it's not a first time mother. The joy is almost not there. She is she is tired. see, I wouldn't lie, you know, she is
It's okay.
tired.
You can be honest.
And it is natural, you know. She's tired, she is less bothered, or maybe least bothered. And she sometimes doesn't even want to come to the class.
Wow.
So I know the difference from a first time mom to a mom who's had two kids. It is difficult. The kids are demanding, the things have changed, the kind of expectations you have completely changed.
Right.
You know. And in fact, the beauty is that both of them, both the parents have become equally involved. But फिर भी नहीं हो रहा है. हमारे टाइम पे सिर्फ मम्मी होती थी और शायद वो भी ध्यान नहीं रखती थी और फिर भी हो जाता था. क्यों? Because expectations have changed. You know,
Right.
बच्चा ऐसा ही लेना चाहिए, ऐसा ही लगना चाहिए, इतना ही हेल्दी खाना चाहिए. You know, so वो है, that difference has been there.
So, if I can take a crazy tangent and touch upon a subject which you may or may not talk about, we also in this day and age see a lot of people going for IVF treatment, to have a kid, and I'm sure you might also be having some parents, kind of go the extra mile to have a kid.
Yeah.
Uh, do you have something to say about it, or do you think it's a good
You
thing
know,
that people are doing? Is it
to be
painful?
honest, IVF is not easy. It is very painful. Cycle after cycle, it is very, very painful. So, see, sometimes, you know, a person might feel complete when
They have a
when
kid.
she has given birth to a baby. Also for the father as well, you know. So like a couple, they feel complete when they have an offspring.
Correct.
But for few, it is not like that. So IVF also is very to each its own. क्या आप इतना पेन लेने के लिए तैयार हो? क्या आप इतना सफर करने के लिए तैयार हो? And what is the guarantee कि सब कुछ ठीक
Of course.
निकलेगा? You know,
Of course. Of course.
the cases of kids having autism, having ADHD have increased manifold. Like पहले I think 10 साल पहले मेरे पास एक भी बच्चा ऐसा नहीं आता था. अब मेरे पास इतने बच्चे आते हैं. You know.
अच्छा.
नॉट नेसेसरीली टू से कि पहले होता नहीं था, अब ज्यादा हो रहा है, बट अब अवेयरनेस ज्यादा है, तो उन पेरेंट्स को भी लगता है कि नहीं, इन बच्चों को भी सिमिलर अप्रोच दी जाए या उनके साथ भी थोड़ा इंक्लूसिव प्रोग्राम में पार्ट लिया जाए. बट देन आर यू रेडी फॉर दैट काइंड ऑफ अ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी? आर यू अवेयर एज अ पर्सन दैट देयर इज सो मच रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी? सो अगर आप सोसाइटी के प्रेशर में आईवीएफ करके बच्चा कर रहे हो, आई डोंट थिंक इट मेक सेंस एट ऑल. You know what people don't realize is that to complete you as a person, having a baby or not having is not necessary. There are so many other things to do, and with Insta full of ideas, you don't even have to worry about it. नहीं 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 जा बाय.
So, you must also be, thanks to these programs, meeting a lot of fathers, because they come for an activity or two, or you also get to hear about them from the mothers, maybe. Yeah. I want to ask an important question: that how do you see fatherhood having evolved in the last, say, 10 to 20 years from our father? I mean, from the day of your father to today.
हमारे पापा तो पापा होते थे यार, कितने क्यूट होते थे. अब तो डैड्स हो गए हैं. So there has been a big change. आज से 10 साल पहले पापा नहीं आते थे, क्योंकि ये मदर टॉडलर है ना, तो सिर्फ मदर आती थी, पापा नहीं आते थे. मुझे फादर्स डे रखना पड़ता था कि फादर्स डे है तो सिर्फ पापाओं को आना है, और उसमें भी सब नानी के साथ आते थे, क्योंकि उनको नहीं पता था बच्चे के साथ क्या करना. आज से 10 साल पहले भी. बट ओवर दीज इयर्स फादर्स हैव बिकम वेरी हैंड्स ऑन. इनफैक्ट इफ द मदर इज वर्किंग या कोई कॉल है तो वो फादर आता है, अपना काम छोड़कर, अपना बिजनेस कर रहा है तो भी छोड़कर, वर्क कॉल छोड़कर, दे मेक श्योर दे आर. या दे मेक.
Is this difference also there?
They are equally involved in the growing up process. फीड भी करेंगे, बुक भी पढ़ाएंगे, पजल सॉल्विंग भी कराएंगे. So, but it is in general also that female male roles have kind of become
Correct.
narrower, you know.
Correct.
Everybody is doing everything to helping each other build a family, you know. And also the fact that many of them come to the city to earn a bread, and most of the in-laws are probably still back home in the hometown. So they are a couple, they are alone. So who will do it? You know, they have to help each other. Only then the child can be raised. So they understand that. But you know, Faridabad still being an industrial town, a lot of people having businesses, I still see that little bit of old culture sometimes,
Of course.
where the fathers don't want to be involved. It's everywhere. We have a mixed society, so it's everywhere.
Of course. Of course. I think, do you see a difference in when both the, partners are working? Is the father also more hands-on versus, you know, if the mother is non-working, then probably father is like, fine, you know,
Yeah,
kid will.
definitely. वो बच्चे में ही डिफरेंस पता चल जाता है. वो
Okay,
बच्चे
right.
में ही डिफरेंस पता चल जाता है. More
And
than
so, of
any.
course, and so, of course, I'm assuming that a kid is much better raised when both parents get involved in raising the kid. Right?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. बहुत फर्क पड़ता है. There's only one person teaching and then there are two helping each other. So the child is also learning that. The bond is only different.
And our parents still crazy obsessed with, not the 1 year, 2 year olds, but generally as they grow up, crazy obsessed with marks and numbers and achievements and, you know, standing out, or has it
Yes.
changed?
So it is changing. It is changing for sure. So they kind of realized that they were a generation which did not follow their passion to earn a bread. You know, कि
Right.
भैया मुझे इंजीनियरिंग करनी पड़ेगी, मैं म्यूजिशियन नहीं बन सकता, मैं म्यूजिक बैक सीट ले लेगी, बाद में सीखूंगा, पहले मुझे नौकरी करनी है. So they are now kind of suffering, you know. सफरिंग मीनिंग टू से कि जॉब नहीं अच्छी लग रही पर करनी पड़ रही है, बट विशियस सर्कल है, छोड़ नहीं सकते, बच्चा हो गया, बीवी को देखना है, यू नो हाउ इट इज. सो नाउ दे रियलाइज कि मेरा बच्चा एटलीस्ट वो चीज नहीं करेगा. सो
They can
आई
see
हियर
it.
अ
They can see
लॉट
it.
ऑफ, yeah, and I see lot of parents discussing that now. Ki ma'am, why not? And they all understand there are lots of avenues now of earning money.
Correct.
So, you know, there are different things kids can do and still earn money. So they kind of realize that. And to be honest, मेरे पास ज्यादा वही parents आते हैं जो थोड़े open mindset के होते हैं. जो अभी भी बहुत traditional है, they would probably want to still put the kid directly to a play school and not want to try mother toddler.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I get it. I get it. Interesting. We've been talking a lot about the kids you deal with, but let's now go back to your childhood, to where the journey effectively began. So, where did you study and how was it studying in school?
Oh, it was, so I went to Mater Dei convent. It was the best school then, the best girls' school. So I owe a lot to my school. Like I made very good friends. I learned a lot there. It was beautiful. School was good. Of course, हमारे टाइम पे प्रेशर बहुत होता था पढ़ाई का. तो I still remember कॉलोनी में वो होता था ना डील कि भैया 10th में आ भी गया, 100 marks आएगा, you know. That you're in 10th and how much marks have you scored, all the colony aunties asking that. So that pressure was of course there, but other than that it was lot of fun. Kitna khelte the, like we used to really play like chupan chupai, ooch neech ka papada, ice ice and
Spices, as
water.
we all call it, right?
Uh, we used to have so much fun. You know, the other day I was walking in my park and I kind of realized कि कोई भी बच्चा पार्क में नहीं खेलता. It is only
Really?
it is only lower middle class which are playing.
Wow.
Like if I see good family kids, none of them are in the park. Not a single day of free play.
So
Imagine.
where do they, what do they do in their, I genuinely want to understand.
All have been enrolled in structured classes. Like मेरा खुद का बेटा क्रिकेट खेलने जाता है.
I understand.
See,
But there's no
they are
play
having
time,
fun.
there's no quality play time basically.
There's no colony later.
So thus,
See,
for
he's
example,
having
does your
fun there also. I don't deny that. He's having
I
fun
understand.
there also.
I understand that, but so does, for example, does Hitarth have a colony friend circle as such?
He has, but all of them are enrolled in cricket with him.
Acha,
You know,
acha. So I understand. Basically, there's structure to everything.
structure to everything. बहुत professionalism हो गया. So
Professionalism in playtime also,
playtime
kind of a thing.
also. Classes is such a big game, you know. Classes, after school classes. Parents feel time waste क्यों करना है? कुछ सीख ही ले, कुछ कर ही ले. It has it
On an,
good. It has it goods also, bads also.
no, no, I understand.
Everything,
So, on an
everything comes with
average,
the.
I will call it a well-to-do family or middle class to well-to-do family. How much money do you think parents are spending on their kids after school for these extracurricular activities on an average in a month? You can give me a range probably.
I myself take after school classes.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm generally saying that, for example, a 10-year-old.
For a 10-year-old, anything between 10,000 to 12,000 a month.
No, I mean, like that's 10 to 12 is a very small range. I'm assuming that people enroll in what, multiple classes, like a cricket and a music and a something, or what is it like?
For one class a month, yeah.
Oh, for one class a month, you mean? So they would be enrolled in 2, 3 classes, I'm assuming then.
Could be, yeah.
Depending on
Classes have become expensive, so there is nothing less than say about 500 to 1,000 per class.
per class. Okay, I get it.
जो क्लास
So alternate
ले रहा है
class.
वो भी प्रोफेशनल हो गया है ना फिर अब.
And so what's in these days other than cricket? What do people like to go for? I mean, as in terms of classes.
Kids are learning lot of things, yeah. Drums, guitar, tabla, singing, Bharatnatyam, Kathak, drawing, painting, sculpture, clay modeling, and sports. So we all know Haryana is very enthu about sports. So
Right.
boxing, there is boxing, archery, shooting, and kids are learning. Okay, like अभी भी अगर हम Olympics में अच्छा perform नहीं करते तो it's gonna be bad. Because kids are preparing. Kids are really working hard. Yeah.
And so the whole culture of, I'll not say all, but many kids and many parents wanting to send their kids outside India to study further, after school or maybe even during school for that matter. I mean, I don't have anything against it. I'm just trying to understand that how prevalent is it in society now? Like how many people want to do that with their kids?
All
Like really?
want to do it. Admission नहीं मिला, finances नहीं match हुए तो इंडिया तो है ही. पर एडमिशन मिल गया, फाइनेंसेस मैच हो गए तो व्हाई नॉट.
Just go basically.
वापस आते हो तो अच्छा है, वरना कुछ तो सीख कर प्लीज गो अहेड. या I don't know any parent who does not want to send the child abroad.
And that is a ticket to a better life, better earning, better living. What all comes with that, sending somebody abroad?
Exposure to begin with. Exposure, learning of course, कि कुछ अच्छा ही सीखोगे जाकर. And yeah, maybe a good job there. Something and probably if a business family, then come back with some new learning, new technology, add something new to the process.
Or maybe the parents themselves go there to join the kids,
Maybe, yeah, could be
Eventually,
an
I mean, like a
option.
retirement plan of sorts.
आप पैसा कमा रहे हो तो क्या करना है, और यही है.
So basically, does it look like we'll be, I mean, we meaning that metro cities of India, especially the places with, opulent, affluent families, will it increasingly be that there will be families with just elders in the families and all the kids would have just gone out and people living in their houses?
For business families, I don't
No.
think so. They still want to stay here and run the business, unless and until the grandchild decides to do something
And
else.
depends on how the business is doing also.
Also, yes, of course, how the business is doing, yes. But many of them, like when we talk or when we hear them talk, so they often say कि नहीं यार ये मेरा business join करके क्या करेगा, खुद का कुछ करे तो अच्छा है,
Correct.
you know.
No, because I
So,
think business will also change over 20, 30 years. So, things evolve and
but this is only like 2% or 5% of India यार, बाकी सब तो यहीं रहने, I
of
think,
course,
the
of course. That's
population
why I
is
very clearly, that's
going
what I
to
was
be
clearly thinking that if I only talk about the affluent families of India,
families. Yes,
so
yes, many of them they
earlier if
don't
it
come
was
to.
earlier if it was a small percentage of people in Delhi who would send their kids outside
Hmm.
to study, it looks
Right.
like that percentage may have grown from, let's say, X percent to 10x percent
Hmm.
maybe. Like
Yeah.
even a regular middle class family is also aspiring that my kid might as well just go out and
Go up.
make a
Yeah.
life there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to understand that how
So,
parents in
the latest trend is that take a golden visa of Dubai, take a citizenship of Portugal or another country. Why not? If we have an option, we can at least move out. If something goes wrong in India, you can move
I
out.
understand.
You
I
know.
understand.
So a lot
Basically,
of
creating
people are doing
options,
that.
creating options, creating opportunities, creating a plan
Creating
B.
options. Yes.
I think a lot is evolving quite fast, and if somebody is not in touch with too many parents, then you're not really aware of how the
Yeah.
world is changing, how the world is thinking.
But I have so much problem of world becoming 3D and like with so much to do. Like, we have completely stopped watching TV because of the fact that it's so confusing. कि देखना क्या है?
What to
Unless and
watch?
until somebody strongly recommends something, it is impossible to watch. You know.
So I think while there is abundance in the world, abundance is creating new problems.
It is creating a problem. Abundance is the new problem, and more people realize it. The sooner they realize it, better it's going to be for them. Abundance is a problem.
Choosing is the new problem, effectively speaking. I mean,
Choosing is a
whether
problem.
it is choosing a career path, choosing a life partner, choosing a movie to watch,
क्योंकि
choosing a
इतने options हैं.
and सब कुछ सामने है ना. It's like a click of a button. You have so many
You
options.
know, छोटी सी चीज है. Like आज से पहले, not many people would change schools. Like I went to one school from nursery to 12th, and that was the trend. डाल दिया तो डाल दिया, बात खत्म हो गई. Change क्यों करना? Unless and until कुछ बहुत major हो जाए. But now parents change the school every 3-4 years. ये
Really?
नहीं ठीक. Really? हाँ. ये नहीं ठीक, चेंज करो. ये ऐसा नहीं ठीक, चेंज करो. मैंने खुद चेंज किया है. Why would I lie?
Once or twice?
I myself,
Changed school
I
twice.
changed
Once.
it once, but I know people who change it twice as well.
Because I think, I
Again, the
mean,
same thing. Na, you are also a part of this generation which is confused.
correct.
You're not sure. You want to do
Confusion
best for
also,
your child. What to do?
I think it simply comes down to if you're going to invest 12 to 14, I mean 12 years of somebody's life at some place. If you have the means to make it better midway,
Yeah.
why
Why not?
wouldn't you?
Yeah,
And
why
why shouldn't you?
not?
I mean, it's not a
Yeah.
commitment of any sort that you signed a contract that now we are. I mean, I get it. I mean, quite fascinating to be very honest, but I get it. I get the whole point.
Like
Wow.
how people change jobs, kids are
Yeah,
changing
yeah.
schools.
So effectively, earlier people would stay in a job for 30 years. Now people change a job every 3 years or maybe even faster. So I
And why
think,
not? If there are options, karo. हो रहा है
and I
तो
think
करो, like that.
it somehow also trickles down in life in general. Like, the options and the change and nahi chal raha hai, so let's switch, let's change, I mean,
Yeah.
unfortunately or whatever, this is how it is. Fortunate for a lot of people who are
Fortunate
stuck in bad
for
jobs, bad things, bad whatever I mean, but I
you
get the point.
it's only है तो if it's suiting you then do it. If it's not then why are you doing it. बस ये है कि don't follow the trends. Don't
I
be
understand.
like in bhed chal. Don't unnecessarily do it just because you want your child to be in a certain स्कूल
Right.
विदाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि भैया वो पहले स्कूल में भी ठीक है, ही इज हैप्पी, ही इज कंफर्टेबल.
Correct. 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 No, I mean, I
लॉट
think
ऑफ
also.
कौन से स्कूल में डालना है, क्या डालना है, क्या करना है. मैंने कहा तुम स्कूल जाओ, अंडरस्टैंड द मिशन एंड द पर्पस ऑफ द स्कूल. डज इट सूट यू, डज इट सूट योर चाइल्ड, गो एंड मीट द प्रिंसिपल. इफ यू लाइक एवरीथिंग देन you know take admission in that school. Don't go by the name. I always tell them this. Like when I had moved Hitar to an IB school, lot of people ask me, इतनी दूर गुड़गांव कैसे होगा, what sense does it make, why so much modernity, why. But we had all answers to our whys, and it was
Right.
it was a satisfaction to all our whys, and that's why we changed. We didn't change because of reasons which were not valid to us.
It
So
comes down
obviously
to
it was
that.
making sense. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. No, so I think you cannot just go with the trends, while you should also be flexible in observing the trends and figuring out
Yeah.
things on that basis. And at the end, while things may be changing very fast and people may be switching, I think there is a lot of beauty in all things long term also. Whether it's
There is.
relationships, friendships, business, careers. Some people who linger on with something for long enough sometimes unravel really beautiful returns at the end of the day. I mean,
Absolutely.
I get the
And
point.
in fact, a lot of I feel now there's a trend of going back to things which our dadi nani used to do.
Sure.
In fact, अब इतना ज़्यादा अति हो गया है चीजों का that people want to move back to those things.
Yeah, I think.
So the other day my trainer said कि मैम आपकी स्किन में थोड़ा इशू है, आपको वो एक कुछ चीज पीनी चाहिए, ऐसे डंडी डंडी होती है, कड़वी कड़वी होती है, वो पियो. So I kind of realized कि ये तो कड़वू कड़वातू है, ये तो मेरी दादी पीती थी.
Right.
और वो 400 की शुगर में भी 85 जी गई. मैंने कहा ये तो मैं पीऊंगी अब.
Correct.
So things like that, they are I mean, it is again for me. It was very exciting. It was a good way of remembering दादी की कैसे ऐसे गंदी गंदी शक्ल बना के पीती थी, So
Yeah, I think
so
eventually it's a circle. Things come back.
खाना अच्छा लगने everything is coming back. यार घर का खाना अच्छा लगने लग गया है. जैसे पहले थाली बनाते थे वही सिस्टम बना के खाना अच्छा लग गया है. जंक फूड अवेयरनेस आ गई कि भाई कम खाना है, हेल्थ का ध्यान रखना है. So it is all coming back to that.
No, makes sense actually. Yeah. Interesting. So I think
It's done.
we are.
Oh no,
No, it's not done. It's fine. I think
I don't.
we've been covering so many interesting points and talks, and it's good and fun to have this discussion like that.
Yeah.
So
और ये बेस्ट होना चाहिए यार. You know how it is now. You said.
So you mentioned school, and Mater Dei was like a great school and everything. Now, how in the world did law happen, and what prompted you to go for law in the first place?
So the thing is that I had a speech problem. I used to stammer.
Okay.
As a child, I used to stammer. So every time I was made fun of, I always challenged myself that I will do something which is to do with communicating, which is to do with talking, to get over that fear and challenge. And I have been a little rebellious in my life. I was always like कि अच्छा मना किया है, अब तो यही होगा, अब तो करके दिखाएंगे. So that's where law came. Even my dad questioned me, law क्यों करना है बेटा? मैंने कहा बस मुझे लड़ना बहुत अच्छा लगता है. And I studied hard for it. I got a very good rank. I got through Amity Law School, which was one of the best in those days. अब तो of course बहुत सारा है. So, yeah, that is the story. And that did help me. The 5 years of rigorous talking, the 5 years of learning and not having the stage fright, that helped me. I did overcome my problems. So, yeah.
Wow.
It was a big thing for me. So, a small thing, small choice made bachpan mein, but it has helped me in the long run. Even now, मैंने अपनी लॉ की डिग्री अपने क्लास में हैंग कर रखी. So lot of people ask me, मैम लॉ कौन छोड़ता है, ये वो. मैंने कहा नहीं, जो लॉ करने का पर्पस था वो कहीं शायद सॉल्व हो गया. तो छोड़ दी.
The rebel
नहीं, of course, that was also very interesting. It was very exciting. High court जाना, Supreme Court जाना, बहुत ही cool sound करता है, बहुत ही important feel होता है. But it is lot of hard work. 9 to 9, लगे रहना. I mean, of course, the pay packages are great. The kind of fame you get is amazing. But was I ready for it? I don't think so.
No, of
I
course.
think Yeah, I think when school happened, I learned it so well and I started enjoying it so much. It was as if I was made for this. It came so naturally to me. You know, kids wanting to be with me, having fun with me, their laughter meaning the world to me. I mean, it was amazing. Aaj bhi, when Hitat comes back from the school, my only purpose is to make him laugh. So I have my stupid jokes ready. And he's like, Mama, कैसे कर लेती हो यार? कैसे कर लेती हो? You know? And I just love being friends with kids. They don't want teachers and parents around that. They have enough already. So, you know, if you become their friend, थोड़ा bully कर लिया, थोड़ा leg pull कर लिया, थोड़ा छेड़ दिया. So, you know, they kind of like it.
Yeah. And in fact, whenever I go back to my school or end up, interacting with a teacher online or wherever else, I'm almost amazed at how teachers, and I'm not making this up, I am very serious when I say this, that they almost look like they used to look 15 years ago. They've just not changed, because probably spending time with kids also keeps you young and keeps you happy in the head. And I don't know what all, but it's just amazing how teaching and spending time with kids can actually be fruitful in multiple ways.
It is so much fun, trust me. Matlab, there is not a dull moment, you know, with them. They, like Playnest keeps me happy. That is my happy space. Seriously.
Right.
I mean, it does. Like, इनको हंसते हुए देखना, it is amazing how happy they are. और टीचर की बात कितना मानते हैं यार, मतलब बोल दिया तो बोल दिया, आंख दिखा दी तो done, बस फिर बैठ जाओ शांति से, you know. And then they love you also. Without a reason, they'll just hug you. They get roses for you early in the morning. मम्मी को मार्केट भगाएंगे कि मैम के लिए रोज आएगी. ऐसे स्वीट ना, like, you know, the mother would say कि यार पीछे पड़ गया कि टीचर्स दिए तो रोज तो देना ही है, आप पहले लेकर आओ. You know. So things like that, they are loving you without a reason, and that is the beauty of it.
I think there's a lot of love that one can draw from kids.
They are so full of energy. They are so full of positivity that what can go wrong, you know. And you just have to spend good time with them. Teaching will happen. So they say कि मैम बच्चा आपकी बात क्यों सुनते हैं? कैसे सुनते हैं? वो दूसरी क्लासेस में जाते तो नहीं सुनते. मैंने कहा क्योंकि मैं उनकी बात सुनती हूँ.
Right.
मैं उनकी बात.
Relationship.
Obviously, you know, मैं उनकी बात
सुनूंगी. You have to respect the kid. I mean, just because they are 1 year old doesn't mean that they don't deserve respect.
Right. अगर बच्चे ने बोला कि मुझे तो खेलना है, मैंने कहा ठीक है खेल के आ जाना, हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं. 2 मिनट खेलेगा, चुपचाप आके बैठेगा कि अच्छा. हाँ.
If you try to scold them all the time, it won't work out.
And anyhow they are going to school यार. स्कूल में इतना करके आया है बच्चा भाई, उसके बाद तो उसको थोड़ा चिल करने दो, खेल लेने दो, कोई बात नहीं, you know. So yeah.
So and then right after college, did you work somewhere as a lawyer for a while, or that didn't happen?
I did an internship for about 6 months, and thereafter I got married. So
marriage, you were ready in your head that I want to get married as soon as possible, or was it parents' pressure to kind of just get going now? We have too many kids in the house.
Initially, of course, I didn't want to get married like any other girl. ऐसे मस्त अपना career करना है, like lawyer बनना है, ये क्या बकवास है, ऐसे रिश्ते कौन दिखाता है, मुझे नहीं जाना देखने and all that. And then मतलब थोड़ा प्रेशर था क्योंकि जिसके थ्रू रिश्ता आया था उन्होंने बहुत बार बोल दिया था, तो then पापा से अच्छा मिल ले, मना कर दियो, मिल ले. तो when me and Aditya met, तो बहुत फैमिली ऐसी सब बातें करे जा रहे थे, कोई हमें नहीं बात करने दे रहा था. तो मैं ऐसे लिटरली खड़ी हो गई, ऐसे लिटरली कि हाँ भाई क्या है, चलो भाई बात करने चलो, व्हाट इज दिस हैपनिंग हियर. एंड ही वाज लाइक यार तुम कितने रिश्ते देख चुकी हो पहले, मैंने कहा तुम फर्स्ट हो, कह रही कैसे कॉन्फिडेंटली ऐसे कैसे खड़ी हुई कि चलो बात करने चलो।
राइट।
मैंने कहा हाँ वो मेरा है थोड़ा, तुम चलो बात करो अब। एंड देन वी स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग, सो वी डिड नॉट कम बैक फॉर 45 मिनट्स। माय डैड कॉल्ड मी कि पहले तो मिलना नहीं था बेटा, वापस तो आजा, हमारी बातें खत्म हो गई है यहाँ पे, फिर मिल लेना, यू नो। सो इट वाज लाइक दैट. सो व्हेन आई मेट हिम आई न्यू कि માર્કેટમાં છોકરો સરસ છે, આવું નહીં
મળે
મળે.
છે ટાઈમ થી મળે છે તો નક્કી કરી લેવાનું.
Yeah. So yeah, but of course, then I mean, we both were very young, so of course our
Yeah.
journey literally started then. We actually grew up with each other. बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है, बहुत कुछ होता है. So
No, no, of course.
obviously, yeah,
I mean, but I mean, good part is that you both were young, right?
yeah,
So you both grow together.
yeah, yeah.
And of course, I mean, marriage is a very subjective thing, and I've also seen people with varied age groups also make it work so well. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think this will be quite nice. And then immediately, I guess Siddharth happened. I mean, in
It,
a year or two.
that happened in 2 years. Yeah, he happened pretty soon, and it
And
it was
so,
unplanned. So you know, it came more as a responsibility and too soon, not ready for it at all. Yeah, my friends were not even married, they were still giving judiciary exams, तो वो literally अभी भी पढ़ ही रहे थे. कोई लंदन गया था LM करने, या कोई कहीं गया था कुछ करने, and I was like with the baby. I still remember one winter night, that was in winters, you know, one winter night की हमारे में होता है कि ठंड में कान ढके हुए होने चाहिए. तो ऐसे मैंने तेल लगाया हुआ, कान ढके मफलर से मैं बैठी हूँ और मेरा बेबी ऐसे हाथ में ना, एंड माय वर्ल्ड स्टॉप्ड अराउंड. आई एम लाइक प्रियंका तू ये 26 साल में क्या कर रही है, ये क्या हो गया है, यू नो.
but I
एंड
guess,
एवरी टाइम माय मॉम वुड कम, शी इज लाइक यू नो हितात को छोड़ के बेटा खान मार्केट घुमा जा, खान मार्केट घुमा. यू नो शी न्यू कि बट आई मीन
I
कि
understand.
भाई हम इतने
कर ले.
नाजों से पाला है बच्चों को कि भैया दे आर नॉट यूज्ड टू द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. ला बेटा हम रख लेंगे, तू घुमा
हाँ,
तू घुमा.
freedom enjoy कर ले, मतलब, you know, go live your life.
हाँ हाँ या.
But I guess on the flip side, the good part is that it also allows you to become free earlier than other mothers. I mean,
Like how? Like, and I always knew I wanted one. I was very clear in my head. So that initial 3-4 years were done, and then we started enjoying life. Like how? You know, of course, initially थोड़ा सा difficult रहा था for both the partners. You know, दोनों equally help करते हैं. And not having said that, in fact, Dadi and Nani both were very young. They were able to help. In
right.
most cases, when you conceive late, Dadi Nani also have health issues, you know, they also refuse. So in my house, Dadi Nani both said, देखो एक तो हम बहुत प्यार से खुशी से रख रहे, दूसरा करोगे तो खुद रखना. So I was like, नहीं करना ही नहीं है. तो रखने का issue ही नहीं है. And then we both are very ambitious. Me, Aditya, we both are very ambitious as people. He, of course, wanted his space. He wanted to do his own thing. Business had to grow. And I also, you know, wanted to do something, have fun in life also, but be little more ambitious, have my own thing, have my say in things, be popular. So, you know, so I thank God that Hitat happened at that age, and now we are so much more free. Like I am learning gymnastics, I'm learning piano. We read together, we have our dates together because Hitat is 11. He's so sorted, touchwood.
Right.
So you know there is so much more time to do other things, and we are not worried about the fact कि भैया दूसरे को भी अब पूरा सिस्टम में लेकर आना है, स्कूल भेजना है, पढ़ाई करानी है. See, again, this is very subjective, to each its own, you know. So I am married in a joint family where Hitat already has brothers and sisters.
Right.
Yeah. So he has a lot of company around him. But for somebody who's in a nuclear family, second child would be a win-win situation, you know.
Right.
कि भैया भाई बहन का बॉन्ड है, कल उठ के कोई ना हो तो कैसा होता है, ये है वो है. But touch wood, I have been very clear and I don't regret my decision at all having to said that. But
Super.
it still sometimes make me jealous that you and Khoshali are freer. Not jealous,
I
but
understand.
yeah.
I think one is to each his own in life in general. That's point number one. And second is that with every choice we make in life, we have some challenges, right?
Yeah, of course, of course. So there are struggles. There struggles are going to be there. So they say you choose your struggles, right? मैंने एक
Absolutely.
किया है तो उसके साथ जो
Absolutely.
struggles आएंगे वो मैंने choose करे हैं. आपने दो
Like
किए हैं उसके साथ जो struggle आएंगे आप वो choose करेंगे, you know,
I'll be
obviously.
honest, some people, I mean, in fact, I've been talking to some people and we were having a discussion that, how are people comfortable not being married up to a certain age?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the discussion was that the problem is with our mindset.
It is, yeah.
That if parents used to think that you at least need 2 kids, and some parents think you at least need 1 kid, some people think you definitely need to get married. So the problem is that everybody wants to live life a certain way. Hopefully, if they're able to live it their own way, they know how they are doing it and why they are doing it in the first place.
Yeah, I feel ki, like these days the society is so open that this is the best time to live in,
Correct.
even for people who don't want to get married.
Right.
Because
Agreed.
there are no norms left. 4 बार बोलेंगे, 5वीं बार
Agreed,
बोलेंगे कि
agreed.
कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है,
It's changing
you know.
quite
तो इससे बेटर टाइम तो हो ही नहीं सकता था. आज से 10 साल पहले मतलब
Yeah.
मेरी मम्मी तो बहुत क्लियरली बोलती थी कि 24-25 तक तो शादी कर ही लेनी है प्रियंका. हाँ, सो उसके अलावा तो कुछ सोचना ही नहीं है टाइप्स. You know, so but now if my son has to tell me 10 years from now, if he has to tell me I don't want to be married, I'm like, fine,
Yeah.
your wish.
I completely understand.
And then you choose your struggle of being alone. So of course,
Yeah,
you know.
which we see as a struggle right now, and they may see it as कमाल है यार, मेरी तो freedom है, इनको struggle दिख रही है.
Freedom है, exactly, वो तो है ही.
No, I get it, but I know what you are saying. So सही है, nice. And of course, after
कुछ
that,
भी
I think
सोशल स्टिग्मा नहीं है यार, कुछ भी सोशल स्टिग्मा नहीं है. मैरिड, नॉट मैरिड, डिवोर्स, नॉट डिवोर्स,
correct.
हैप्पी, अनहैप्पी, एवरीथिंग इज अ स्टेट ऑफ माइंड.
Yeah.
हैप्पीनेस कितनी ओवररेटेड हो गया है, कितना ओवररेटेड हो गया. ये करोगे तो हैप्पीनेस है, वो करोगे तो हैप्पीनेस है.
Toxic
अरे
ही है
भाई,
मतलब. Yeah. Happiness is, I mean, at some level
हैप्पी
toxic.
रहना ही टॉक्सिक हो गया है. तू सैड क्यों है भाई? मुझे रहना है, वो भी एक इमोशन है, मुझे फील करना है सैड, यू नो.
But yeah, so I think, and then उसके बाद तो we'll come back to Playnest, and we've already discussed
Yeah.
that journey. So this today has been one of the longest podcasts that I have recorded. So
Records
special treatment.
I said records broken.
Absolutely, it has been broken, and I think it was a really fun, lovely conversation. It essentially felt like we are sitting in a drawing room and just chit chatting like we usually do.
Like every time we meet, yeah.
So
And you and Khushaliya therapy for me. तुम्हें पता है ना ये बात?
बढ़िया. Now that you've told us, we can start charging from next time. So I'll keep that in mind.
Please do. I'll be happy.
So, but I think really, I think a lot of fun, and more than just the fun part, it's so interesting and insightful to learn from, the other person's experiences, and which is why I am doing it in the first place.
Right.
I'm having a fun time.
I love the fact that you told me that you are doing this like how people travel. Yeah. So this podcast is also taking you from one person to the other person into journeys.
If anybody hears this, I mean, they will also realize that there is so much to take from people's conversations and people's lives. And I mean, yeah, that to me is travel, I mean.
Yeah.
Great. And the best part is that a lot of people actually stayed on through the conversation, and a lot of people are kind of still around.
Oh wow!
So, yeah, I think that's what your lovely
friend. I really thought I didn't even notice how many people.
Kruti has been around. Kruti is saying it's been lovely being on the call and stuff like that. So yeah.
So sweet, Kruti. पर Kruti तुझसे पहले मुझे किया है, याद रखिए.
Right. Absolutely. No, I'm glad that you were yourself during the call, and glad that.
Raja, I don't know any other way.
Any other way to be. Yeah, I think that's the right way to be also. How can we be too mechanical or too corporatish or professional, in such a setup? Badhiya. So, on that note, thank you so much for being part of the podcast.
Most
Thank you
welcome.
so much for the compliments you showered in the beginning. It was really
But that
nice to
is
hear
all
all of
that
that.
is true. Yeah. I have never shared it with
I
you.
agree.
And you know, when I thought of this podcast, मैंने सोचा कि क्या ऐसी चीज है जो हमें connect करती है, bond करती है, and the memories wouldn't stop. I was like, हाँ ये तो लिखने पड़ेंगे, ऐसे notes बनाने पड़ेंगे, भूल गई तो. You know, so of course
But yeah,
it is
I guess
all
it's also
true.
my way of reconnecting or connecting with people, to be honest. It's just
Yeah.
who has the time to otherwise sit and chat these days, like
Yeah.
that kind of a thing. Great.
Can I do one more brand collaboration? So
Sure,
I
please.
am wearing Beyond Tara.
Okay.
This is one of my cousins is making the shirts and beautiful dresses. So all the people who like what I'm wearing can shop from there. It's called Beyond Tara.
Yeah, I
It
must say
is
it's a lovely shirt actually. Is it what based out of Delhi, Faridabad? Where is it?
it is based in Faridabad, and all of this is pure cotton. So very nice, made in India, make in India. So yeah.
Nice. No, genuinely look nice. And but I thought it must be some designer, something from somewhere. So now we know there's a name to it. Beyond
Yes,
Tara.
Beyond Tara.
Super.
Right.
Super. So all the best to your cousin also. All the best to you also. Keep
Thank
smiling.
you. Thank
Keep doing whatever you do. And yeah, just be
you.
yourself.
Lovely talking to you. Lovely talking to you. Now I can't wait to you chatting with Khoshali. With वो episode देखने को तरस रही हूँ. Do it quickly.
सही है, सही है.
Two favorite people in one frame. मजा आएगा.
बढ़िया है,
Oh, by the
बढ़िया.
way, मुझे एक और चीज बतानी है जो राजा को बिल्कुल अच्छी नहीं लगेगी, पर मैं जरूर
बात है तो
बताऊंगी.
कुछ नहीं कर सकता. हाँ, go ahead.
तो जब राजा को शादी नहीं करनी थी, टू द फेस कि उसको शादी करनी है, तो जब खुशहाली का रिश्ता आया वो लोगों को दिखा रहा था उसका रिश्ता. मुझे नहीं पता कितने लोगों को पता है, बट he was giving the रिश्ता to other people and then he said हाय इतना अच्छा रिश्ता तो मुझे खुद ही रख लेना चाहिए. And that's how she happened.
So, one last thought. Abhi recently we were reading something somewhere and it said that there are some people in the world who are too rigid with their thoughts, but over time they are also equally flexible with their rigid thoughts. And you see them change drastically over time, but they find it in their heart and mind to be able to change. So they dedicatedly think or feel something about, some way about something, but then they're able to also change and adapt. So I think I probably belong
You
to
are
that
100%.
category.
राजा की
चलो,
लाइफ में सब कुछ ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट होता था, सब कुछ ब्लैक या व्हाइट. अब ग्रे
ग्रे
समझ में आ रहा
ग्रे समझ में आ रहा है. बढ़िया है, बढ़िया है, बढ़िया. उम्र के साथ बदलाव आते रहना चाहिए.
है. नो
चलिए
ग्रेस.
then, अब हमें बाकी बातें करते रहेंगे. On that note, Tata, take care. Bye bye. See you.
बाय बाय मिलते हैं. बाय बाय. सी यू.